Well, today is the day for the 26th annual Herb Festival, starting today and for the next 12 days. It's going to be going on from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for 12 straight days. And it's going to be right there in front of the Midtown Plaza in Bowling Green. That's at 901 Lehman Avenue, right in front of the Wild Bird and Nature Store. Hundreds and hundreds of herbs, perennials, heirlooms, tomato and vegetable plants, greens, peppers, you name it. It's all going to be there. And for those of you who are bird enthusiasts, bird feeders, bird baths, I mean, all kinds of stuff like that. So this is a big event, and it starts today. Starts at 9 a.m. today, and it goes all the way through Saturday, May 3rd. That's Kentucky Derby Day, 9 to 6, 12 days under the big tent, big white tent. As you go down Lehman Avenue, you'll see it there. And just stop in and say hi to Jerry and Jeffy and Yvonne, the plant lady. They will all be there to help you out with whatever you need and show you to have help you have a green thumb if you don't have one. So it's the Herb Festival starting today and for the next 12 days. They're at 901 Lehman Avenue in Bowling Green. Well, hello, everybody. It's Wednesday, April 23rd, and I'm Chris Allen here with your 270 weather. Weather for the 270 area code and beyond. And it's looking good again today. Now, there is a very, very small chance somebody could pick up maybe a pop up shower or even a thunderstorm this afternoon, but the rain chances are pretty low. So the better chance of rain, though, is going to start to ramp up as we go through the next several days, especially as we get into Thursday night, Friday. I think is going to be kind of prime time for the rain to come through. Let's check things out right now from the Plano cam. This is looking live at what, 7:19 a.m. And there you see a mainly clear sky. There's a few clouds that are just kind of out there this morning. Today, we'll see a day much like yesterday in that we see some high clouds. Notice, though, we're starting to see some mid level clouds now. And there is a chance that somebody could get a thunderstorm later this afternoon, but these would be very isolated, just kind of popping up here and there, not really all that organized. So if you happen to get one of those, that's the 20% that I'm talking about in the forecast. The rest of the 80% of you will not see a thing. It'll just pretty much stay dry here on this April 23rd. Looking back at your April 22nd, yesterday we had a high of 76, just 3 degrees warmer than normal. 73 is the normal. The overnight low, 50, or the 24-hour low was 50, and no precipitation, no rainfall past 24 hours. And we're not going to find any on the radar, at least not around here. The only showers that are showing up are way down toward Chattanooga, over toward Knoxville, eastern Tennessee. Just nothing really going on here. We're kind of in between systems. We've got high pressure that's giving us the nice weather that we saw yesterday and the nice weather we'll see today. But I don't foresee us seeing anything too organized, even if it does pop up today. Looking at the high resolution satellite, here are some of those high and mid level clouds that I just showed you from the Plano cam. But on either side of Bowling Green, we've got sunshine, and that's primarily what we're going to see today. But you know this these clouds to the south and east of us down toward Chattanooga, Winchester, Tennessee, Murfreesboro, over to Crossville, Knoxville. Well, those little bubbles you see there, these are some of those taller cloud tops that are trying to get going. And some of this is going to kind of overrun the Tennessee border this afternoon with a little daytime heating. I think there could be just a stray or very isolated pop up shower or thunderstorm. So that's why I've included it in today's forecast. But again, it's going to be very disorganized. It's not going to be that big of a deal, and it's not going to rain all that much. Looking at Kentucky Mesonet temperatures this morning, we're starting out in the 50s, even close to 60. As you can see, it's already 59 in Scottsville, 56 here in Bowling Green at both sensors, 57 in Franklin. Then you've got 51 up near Morgantown, 54 near Munfordville. You've got mid and upper 50s back to the west where it's just a little bit warmer. Now, the moisture content in the air is starting to come up a little bit more. And that's because we're in a situation where uh, a south wind, southeast wind today is going to help push a little bit more moisture our direction. And because of the front that just came through is now south of us, and we've got another front coming in from the north and west, it kind of puts a squeeze on this area. So the moisture is going to go up. So, there's a little bit of a difference, about a 5 to 6 degree difference between the air temperature and the dew point, which tells me that we're about 85 to 90% humid. So it's gonna feel a little stickier today. Not really all that bad, but you're going to notice a little bit more moisture content in the air for sure, and especially over the coming days. Here's a look at winds. Sustained winds are pretty much near calm, and they're all over the place. We call this light and variable because you see winds from the east, see winds from the south, see some from the north, northeast. I mean, really, all over the place. So winds today starting out light and variable, but as we go through the day, it will be more from the southeast. There could be a gentle breeze from time to time, but otherwise, we're not going to see much in the way of, you know, breezy, windy kind of conditions. That will change, though, as we go through time. Here's a look at the maps this morning, the surface map. And you can see here's Bowling Green right in the middle. Pick your county. I'm using the map that has the county names on it. So you can see it also has the rivers on it. And here is some of that fog that some of you had yesterday morning over near the Lake Cumberland area. Yeah, you've got some of that again this morning. And even down into Tennessee, there's some of that that's going on. There is the boundary. This is the front to our south. Notice how it just kind of wobbles across Tennessee and then into North Carolina. It's stalling out. That's the front that came through here yesterday early and is going to continue to sit there and wait on the next piece of energy that is going to come in and put that squeeze play on us, like I was talking about. So let's advance to this afternoon. And here, there you go. There is that small, small chance, but it's a chance. So, yes, I'm saying there's a chance that you could get a pop up shower or maybe even just a brief thunderstorm. This would be a surface based type thunderstorm. In other words, the sun heating up the atmosphere with the moisture that I just showed you. And you get these little popcorn type things that show up, but not everybody that you see painted in the green is going to get one. and you could be outside of this green area and still get a shower. But mostly we're talking about around the Barren River Lake, Dale Hollow Lake, and Lake Cumberland areas, most likely to get a shower this afternoon. But as the sun goes down, they fade away. And this little system just kind of sits more over Tennessee into the Carolinas. And then overnight tonight, it's all gone. Now, where it does rain today, if you happen to pick up a shower, again tomorrow morning, you could have some patchy fog, especially if you live over near the Lake Cumberland area. Here we go into Thursday morning and afternoon. And notice we start to see better coverage, and it's because of the front that stalled to the south and the next piece of energy that's going to come in. And now it's starting to take that sponge full of moisture. And if you were to take a sponge full of water and then push it at both ends like that, well, then of course it's gonna wring things out, and that's what's gonna happen. So by Thursday afternoon, really, Thursday afternoon, Thursday night into Friday, we start to wring out the moisture. Look at the coverage. This is Thursday night. Then we go into Friday. Now we're looking at some darker green here, and that means some heavier rain and thunderstorms. Now, there is a possibility that we could see about an inch of rain, but some locations I think could actually see more than that. I think you could see maybe closer to an inch, inch and a half, possibly up to 2 inches. And as we go into Friday, Saturday morning, so we just saw Friday, this is Saturday. I did a reset here. There comes the cold front, which is finally going to push all this east. Some of you east of the 270 and you live in the 606 area code, you're more likely to get rain on Saturday, while the rest of us in the 270 and the 364 and parts of the 502 will start to see some of that rain diminishing throughout the day. Saturday. I'm not looking at severe weather. I don't see any severe weather. This is just going to be rain and a few thunderstorms. Sunday, we get a break, but we're not done. There's going to be a little bit more disturbed weather, a little unsettled. This is Monday. A few isolated to widely scattered showers again. And these are going to be what we're going to see next week are going to be your afternoon and evening type pop up showers and storms. Pretty much every day, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. It's not necessarily because of a cold front or a big system. These we're starting now to get more of a kind of a summer like pattern in which you get the sun out during the day and everything looks cool. Then you see the building clouds in the afternoon. And late in the afternoon, you get these little pop up thunderstorms. And then by sunset, they're gone. That's what I mean by sun driven or heat driven type thunderstorms, surface based thunderstorms. They're not lifted by a front. And that's the kind of shower activity we're going to have. So these are not the kind that are going to be, you know, raining you out. If it does rain where you are, give it a few minutes and it should be done. It's not going to be something that lingers around. Friday it will, but after that, I think it's going to be more scattered here and there, isolated here and there, popping up here and there, and then they fade away after dark for the most part. Here's a look at the blender, and we go 80 today. I think that's doable. Upper 70s to near 80 tomorrow and Friday, even with the clouds and the rain. We'll get some upper 70s to low 80s. Then we cool down slightly for Saturday and Sunday, mid 70s. Then we go back into the 80s Monday, Tuesday, with a chance of a late day shower thunderstorm. In fact, pretty much every day next week is going to be like that. mid to upper 70s to low 80s. Here is Wednesday. That's the last day of April. And here's May 1st, which is next Thursday. Not tomorrow, but next Thursday, right there. And then we go all the way to the end of the chart here. That is Derby Day. Derby Day. 73 looking at. I can't say whether there's going to be showers or not for Derby, but at least it'll be in the 70s. And that's right, exactly. That 73 is exactly where we should be for this time of the year for a high temperature. Yeah. All right. Here's the 7-day graphic as I put it up last night on News 40, and you can see it at WNKY.com and on the News 40 weather app, which you can scan right there with that QR code. 80 today, and just that little bitty chance. Little bitty chance, like little Friday. That's tomorrow. Little bitty chance of a pop-up shower today for somebody, not everybody. Then we go 60 tonight, 78 tomorrow, better chance of scattered showers and a few thunderstorms, mainly afternoon and evening. But the best chance of rain still looks to be Friday at 77, 90% coverage. That means pretty much everybody's going to get rain. Saturday, we go back to scattered to isolated showers, 76 for both Saturday and Sunday. The rain chances go down, and we start to just have those late day pop up sun driven showers that just kind of pop up here and there. Now, I don't have a chance there on Tuesday, but let's add one in because I did this graphic last night. The latest indications are we'll get another chance of a pop up shower even Tuesday, but that 85, yep, for sure, looking like and feeling like summer with those mid 80s, and somebody around the area may even get upper 80s. Hopefully, you don't get too hot too soon. That's always a little problem too. Once we start to get into May, we're going to have days where it's going to get warmer than, mid 80s. Very doable. All right, you guys, don't forget, as you saw at the very beginning of this podcast, the Herb Festival starts today and it goes all the way through Derby Day. 12 straight days of herbs and plants and garden stuff. And just go down 901 Lehman Avenue, right there at Midtown Plaza. You'll see a big white tent set up in the parking lot. And starting today, you can drive in there starting at 9 o'clock this morning, going until 6 p.m. this evening. Go in there and get you some greens, get you some good stuff. All right, you guys have a great Wednesday. Thank you as always for watching. I'll see you tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on News 40. God bless.